How many of those do you have? That's just one, right? That's just one kind of sequence.
No, that was a few different animations. But what I've done, I can even go back to the screen share for this. Actually, it'd be pretty cool to look at. I built basically my own VJay tool software, so I can like load my own animations in. Oh, we're looking at the wrong desktop. This one.
Nice.
Yeah, so I built this. I use MaxMSP. That's everything I design my visuals in. And I built this Max patch that lets me load in other Max patches, and I can then toggle between them.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy. This is maybe one of the most complicated things I've ever built.
This looks like a conspiracy theorist chart.
Yeah, like the Pepe Silva.
Yeah, Pepe Silva. Yeah, this is wow, man.
Yeah, but when you break it down, it's not as complicated. Over here, I just have basically this like menu that lets me load in all of the animations I've built, and you can see I've got like 50 or so of them here.
Yeah, man.
And I can, you start to build up a lot over the years, and I just select one. It loads it in and sets up the stuff so that it can like be projected out via the projector. And then I have all this extra other stuff in here, which is just like useful user interface tools for myself. Like when I go to VJay, I can like select, I've like programmed like key controls into it, so I can just press like keys to change visuals, right, or like, you know, automate changing visuals between things based on certain times, based on like the audio threshold. So like trying to make transitions audio reactive. These like dots are all like presets for each animation that you can like add in, and then like turn on the sequencer, so it'll just like step through them, kind of like you would do for an actual show where you VJ things. Like normally what happens is like they have each of their visuals as like a set layer to queue up, and you just like would select that visual and it would show, and that's pretty much what I'm just trying to emulate, but I had to build it all from scratch myself. Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, that's the most impressive part of this, is that you one human being did all of that.
Yeah, it's weird.
Did it more than once. So walk me through the timeline here, because you got Sunroom, and then you also did Art in the Park with Tempe. What was the order of these things? How did you get into this pool of socializing with these other artists, and how did you find yourself kind of upscaling the scope of your work, you know?
Yeah. Well, it starts with like me going and joining the AME major at Arizona State University, which is where I was like learning how to do this stuff. At the same time that was going on was when I was starting the Sunroom, which was just me and my roommates, where we all play music, and they are much more talented at music. They're like professional musicians.
Okay,
but we wanted, I'm okay. I'm not the best, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
But we wanted to host house shows too, because we saw that there was like a scene for that, and we just want it to be another place for people to come play. And yeah, that was a 4-year process of like building the Sunroom up to do that. And then like the whole time I was going to ASU, I was learning how to do this stuff better. Everything was kind of just building off of itself. Like what I was learning in school was applying to running the Sunroom. Doing stuff for the Sunroom was helping me with school. And so, yeah, like I just met a lot of people through that. Like it's weird how small the Tempe scene is. A lot of musicians wanted to play and reached out to us, and like they're all really good friends now, and I've done like a lot of work with a lot of different groups. And like through school was how I originally met Julie Ackerley, who is running the arts board for the city of Tempe. And she is a dancer herself, and she runs a studio that was interested in the interactive tech aspect. And she got in contact with Synthesis Center, where I work. And so there was a little bit of communication going on there. And then later, when like we were when the sunroom was kind of coming to its end, but we wanted to move it up and like become a bigger thing, we were reaching out to people we met along the way. Somebody we know was like, "Hey, you should talk to Julie," and we're like, "Oh, okay." Like I kind of already know her, and yeah, it was just kind of like organic like that, I guess. It's just every aspect kind of interlooped in some way, and it's cool to just see how it all came together in the end.
Yeah, no, I mean, so we have just one picture of this, but can you pull it up? Yeah, I want to because I don't know what's going on in this picture, quite honestly. So I was hoping maybe you could demystify this as he pulls it up here. So this is the project you did for Art in the Park, correct?
Yeah, that was a picture from the night. I should have sent over the video. I forgot. I apologize.
No, it's okay. No, you're good. I didn't think there was one, but I mean, I guess it would make sense if there is. But,
yeah, there is. I run a YouTube channel, and on my YouTube channel, I have like a lot of documentation of my projects too. What I did for the Arts in the Park project was a light installation that you could play with your motions, because this was only a few months ago that this happened, so we were still trying to think about social distancing and safety and all those things. So I wanted to make something that was completely like touchless and could be like done outside. So what you see in this image, there's a box that's behind me, and you would wave your hands in front of the box, like over it, and just making motions like this, and that would send like patterns of light down the row, and like you see all those lights behind me. So they would all like turn off or change colors as you like do this, and it was like aligned with your motion. So you go like this, and all the lights kind of just down the line go.
You said this is on your YouTube?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and
are you able to pull it up and share screens with that real quick?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's do that. I'm looking at some of these other photos that you sent over. So these are, I'm guessing, some of the other animations you have cooked.
Yeah,
up
some there's some animations, some.
This just looks like a lot of
art.
A fraction of something. It's like real photos.
Yeah, that's some like fun like pixel melting stuff I was messing with.
Okay, so that's what he was talking about, though. This lady's got it down. She's doing, yeah, nice. You could get into that. That feels like what is it, Dance Dance Revolution or something? Oh, look at that! They played the cube. Look at that. Nice. The kid, okay. Nice. Is that energy stir? Oh, okay. So this is the name of the okay. Nice. Okay. So what were they doing? They were waving around that cube. Can you explain it again now that we've kind of seen?
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense when you see it.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, it was cool. I could see. So you really allowed people to get into, there's a lot of like dancing, spastic movement. I saw like that kid and that lady. They're doing a lot of rapid like arm movement. So can you explain like what they were doing in relation to those lights, or like what that was?
Yeah, so inside the cube was my computer and a webcam, and the webcam was tracking their motion. So as they like move, it was creating the light patterns and colors and sound.
Okay.
Hopefully you heard the audio. But
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of that. So that's cool. So how long was that? Is that still up, or is that just up for a little bit?
it was, yeah, it was only up for a little bit because the Arts in the Park is like an event. So we just showed it for the weekend, and that was it.
Do you think about how you could bring something like that back, and in what capacity?
Yeah, I mean, that's like kind of the cool thing, I guess, about doing the tech-based stuff. I have like the program built now, so I could theoretically show it anywhere at any time, as long as I get the lights. But yeah, like that's I would love to bring it back.
You should, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be cool to like do some like permanent installation somewhere or something.
Yeah, especially Tempe or even at ASU, like I'm sure there's got to be somewhere, right? Like they got room. Real quick, are you can you show us another animation here? Show us what you got. As far as the other things that you've
Yeah, let me show you
or go ahead.
Let me show you something new that I'm kind of working on. This isn't on my Instagram. It's not on my Instagram yet, so
okay.
Exclusive.
Exclusive.
First look. Do you have a song request?
Let me think here. Oh, dude, can you do I gotta do a Skrillex song.
All right.
I don't know. What is the one with the sprites or whatever?
Yeah.
Scary mites and sprites.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Scary mites and diet sprites. I don't know. So I'm curious to see how this stuff looks with some intense wubstep. Is Skrillex considered bro step? Is that what it was called? Is that the subgenre of dubstep that he?
I thought he like pioneered dubstep. I don't know.
I don't know if he pioneered dubstep. I think dubstep's been around before him. I think he like created like a subgenre. I don't know. Whatever. If anyone knows what Skrillex actually did, that'd be great. Anyone? Oh, there it is. There it is. I probably could have done a better job with the song choice, but I don't think it matters. I think as long as you have this playing with it, you can play like Dolly Parton. It would be fine. Holy shit. All right. So that'll sync up. So what am I looking for when I see this, like, as far as it's syncing up? Is it the waveforms in the set? Like, how do you even describe what I'm looking at as far as shapes and patterns?
Yeah, it's tricky sometimes. Some animations are a lot more clear than others. Generally what I like to do, I guess kind of stylistically, I tend to like to change color to the audio. So like,
okay,
if you hear a loud like transient snap from a snare or kick or something, it'll make the color flip. And I like to use like waveforms as shapes because it's a really easy thing to do, just to bring whatever the audio signal shape looks like in the, like, if you imagine looking like through an EQ for the audio folks, when you see the scope of it, like just taking that and adding color to it and like weird trippy effects.
That's crazy,
So
man. Yeah,
yeah.
that was fun. I mean, who you guys? Anyone? Isaac, you got one? I got like no. You don't have anything? Patrick, you got anything? Yeah, song requests. He's taking song requests. You saw I did the sprites one, right? I did one with I did diet sprites and dust mites. What was it? The color 8. Oh yeah, you should bump some color 8.
Oh, absolutely. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, see what you got there. Just pull up one of their first ones and see what happens. This will be sick. I don't know. I thought Skrillex was doing something cool at one point.
Yeah, the only issue right now is just we're streaming, so the frame rate kind of dies, unfortunately.
Oh no, that's all right. I mean, I get it. Yeah, it's true. We'll have to. I really want to try this again, but in a way where we can like fully, capture, like first of all the interactive element, like the fact that you're putting in something to make that, change. But we'll brainstorm. Okay, let's see here. Something's happening. Something is happening. Oh shit. There it is. Yo. Damn, they've really changed their sound, haven't they?
I know it's scary with these arms that I'm beating up. We never misleading the truth. I never fail.
Nice. All right. So that was a different animation that time. So how do you come up with, like, I was looking at these, do you just like kind of fuck around and map something out, or do you have something very intentional going into this?
It kind of depends sometimes. Either I am just like listening to music and kind of what I'm listening to inspires what direction I want to take it. Or like gives me the idea for the visuals. Other times it's just like I want to try experimenting with a new programming technique, and whatever that is sometimes turns into really cool stuff that I'm like, okay, we should make this audio reactive. And yeah. Nice. So it's kind of, I get my mix of inspiration from a few different places.
So the one we were just looking at, where did that come from?
I was watching the Strokes on SNL, and they were promoting their new album, and I was just a good morning, I guess, and I was like, this song is really, it's got me going today. So I just kind of visioned like the colors popping out of like a box, kind of like you were saying. That was like my initial thought, and so I tried to make it. Yeah.
No, that's sick. No, I was gonna ask you, when you do that, do you picture it accommodating or pairing up with other types of music, or every time you see it, you just picture the Strokes?
I mean, I guess with that animation, I still picture it with the Strokes because it was inspired by their music.
Right.
But I have that one posted on my Instagram. I did not use a Strokes song. So I don't know, like that's kind of the cool part is like sometimes I'll be designing with like one band or like type of sound in mind and trying to match that aesthetic, but then it's really cool to see how it fits with other genres. Sometimes it's like really unexpected how they work, but they still work.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine you get a lot of, especially when you're doing the sunroom, you get opportunities to use the same ones with just different sounds and see how it mixes and matches. So, yeah, that's pretty sick.